Bismillah, Bismillah, au nom d'Allah. Bismillah.
Hello students, welcome to our lesson today. Hope you are keeping safe at home. Don't forget to sanitize. You take your sanitizer there. You tell it to move out there. Then from there you go to sanitize accordingly. And after you do that, don't forget to wear the mask. And if you wear the mask again, don't also forget to keep the social distance. And if there's no need of going out, make sure that you stay at home. So today we focus on our lesson, which is going to concern what we talked about, the trigonometry ratio here. So in this topic of ours, which we said is chapter 6, we have discussed about many things. So today I want us to focus on the revision question. So our main subtopic today is going to be about the revision questions that you are supposed to take them and mostly during the exam. So in my today lesson, I'll start by the objective. The objective of today's lesson, what you're supposed to be able to focus on it. So today I'm emphasizing on the interpretation and solving of the question. So you are supposed to be able to interpret, and then apart from the interpreting, you are supposed also to be able to solve the application question, and then from there you can be able to score. So I'll give you the first example which you're going to focus on it, and there I'm going to give you the hint. So this is the first example, the exam question that I want you to focus on it. So if you read our example number 1, it's a very common question which usually comes on section 1 and you're awarded the 4 marks. So for us to be able to tackle this question, there are only two things that I'm going to remind you, which we have discussed. And the first thing is concerning the right angled triangle here. Remember we said our topic is focusing on the right angled triangle. Whereby we are going to use a theorem that I'm going to teach you in our next topic, which is known as the Pythagoras theorem. So this triangle is a right angled triangle. And we agreed that it have how many sides? It have the 3 sides. So if I consider this one to be my angle x, so this side become the adjacent, then this one becomes the opposite, and then this one becomes the what? The hypotenuse. That's the concept we are talking about. Then from there we focus on the next issue, which is the concept that I said you are not supposed to forget, and that concept is going to be the SOHCAHTOA. So don't forget about that. So this SOHCAHTOA concept is the one that gives us the relationship between the 3 trigonometry ratio, which are the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. Depending on the way the question is framed, you'll be using the 2 concepts, the right angled triangle and then the SOHCAHTOA concept. So if you go back to the question, you go back to my question, then you read it very thoroughly. You can see we are talking that from a point A, you have some person called by David who is observing the top of a tall building at an angle of 30 degrees. So from point A. Then from there, after walking for 100 meters toward the foot of the building, he stopped at point B, where he observed it again at an angle of 60. Then the question which you're going to be given 4 marks is the one that is asking you to find the height of the building. So the first thing to be able to focus on it is for you to understand, to internalize what you've been given. You've been given the 2 angles of the elevation at 2 different points. That is at point A and then at point B. And now you have been given the distance between the 2 points. Between point A and point B, you have been told that is 100 meters. Then the question is for you to get the height of the building. So the first thing that I will be telling you is to be able to sketch in order for you to internalize that information which is the question, and then you start working it out. So maybe the sketch can be, you can see it there. So that sketch is the one that we are talking about it, and maybe I can try to assist you here so that we focus on it. This is where we are. Here we have the ground. You have the ground there. That is the ground. Then here you have now the building. Remember the building and the ground are supposed to make an angle of what? An angle of 90. The This is the top of the building. Then this is the bottom. So this is the height. This is what we are calling the height of the building. Then this person, who is known as David, he is observing, if I take you back to the question there, he's observing the, let me focus on it, back to our question. So we are told that at point A, David observed the top of the building. So let's assume here is where we have our A here. So this point A, David observed the top of the building. So this is the top of the building here. And then you have at point A. So he observes there at an angle of how many? You are given the angle is that 23. Then from there, David moves 100 meters toward point B. So he comes here to this point. Come to this point there, B. So he walks here distant with this one. This one we are referring as 100 meters. Then at point B, again he observed the top of the building, and at this point B, after walking 100 meters toward the foot of the building, he stops at point B where he observed again at an angle of 60 degrees. You can see there. So this one is the angle we are calling the 60 degrees. So now the examiner requires you to give us the height. The examiner requires us to find the height. So in this case, in this triangle, what I want you to be able to see, in this one triangle, I want you to see two triangles in it. I want you to see two triangles, because you need to be able to find this height, which we are talking about there in our next step. And before you give that height, then there's something that I need you to be able to give the unknown letters, because you don't know. So what you are talking about, from the bottom up to where we have point B, this side you don't have it. So this one you give it a letter Y. Then this side, because you don't know again is unknown, you give it letter X. So from there, you have now one triangle. So in this triangle, I want you to see two triangles, one at point A and another one at point B. So this is what we mean. The first triangle will be this one, from our main triangle, that way. So this is our X, which is the height. Then this is our point A. Then this angle is 30 degrees. Then from there, we have from the distance from A up to the foot, up to the bottom of the building, it is the distance of 100 plus Y. So this one is going to be 100 plus Y. That's the distance. So that is our triangle number one. Then our triangle number two is to be able to see from point B. You see the building again from point B. As you can see there here, this angle is 90. Then this point B. At point B, the angle is 60. Then the height again is X. But now the distance is Y. Because we are talking from B up to the foot of the building, where we are talking about it being Y. So once you do that, you are good to go, because now you have seen this triangle in two triangles there. Remember, you are asked for you to be able to give us the height. So when you consider this information, you can be able to see step number 3 is the SOHCAHTOA concept. That you can be able to find which trigonometry ratio are you going to use. So if you look at the SOHCAHTOA concept, you can bear with me witness that what you're supposed to do, the two sides that you have been given is the adjacent and the what? And the opposite. So out of these three trigonometry ratios, the best to use is the what? This one. The last part, which is tan. And which says tan. The tan what? Tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. That is only the trick that you're talking about. Then from there, point number 4, it is for you to be able to express the height, which is X, in two ways. You go to the triangle number 1, you express X, you make X to be the subject using the tan concept, and then you go to B, and number 2, again you express the same height. So considering triangle 1, we say tan 30 is going to be given by what? The tan 30 is given by the opposite, and the opposite is X, then over adjacent, which is 100 plus Y. That one is seen there on my screen. You can see it. That's what I'm focusing on it. So I'm saying tan 30 here. I see tan 30 from the first triangle. That is tan 30 is equals to our opposite, which is x. Then over adjacent, which is 100 over y. Once you do that, because we are asked to solve the height, our height is x. So you make this x to be the subject of the formula. That's another technique. So you know what you do? On this side you multiply by 100 plus y, and on the other side you multiply by 100 over y. So when you make this x to be the subject, you remain with this concept. So our x is going to be 100 plus y and that. So once you have that concept, now we say our from triangle 1, the concept is that x is going to be 100 plus y and 30 degree. Same case, you go to the second triangle. This one again, our second triangle here. When you come to the second triangle, again, we are going to have our tan x again there. Our tan 60. Tan 60 degree is equals to. Our tan 60 is going to be opposite over adjacent. Our opposite is what? X over y. That's what we are talking about there in my next slide there, you can see. So this is where we are, tan 60. Tan 60 is equals to x over y. Then from there again you make the height to be the subject of the formula. So you have now x is equals to y tan 60. So in this case we are saying from triangle 2 now, we have our x again is equals to x over y. So once you get that concept, you can see now these two x's on the left hand side, on the right hand side, on the left hand side, we have the x and the x. So on the right hand side also should also be equal. So if x from triangle 1 is equals to 100 plus y tan 30, then the other one should also be equal. So in this case you equate the two x's. So that means this is what you're going to have from my equation there. From triangle 1, this was the x. From triangle 1, 100 up to tan 30. Then from triangle 2 is our what? That is our x again. So the two of them are equal. This is x, this is x. So when we equate the two, now, that is going to be 100 plus y tan 30 is going to be equal to x y tan 60. So here is y tan 60 here. Y tan 60. So when we create the two here, you are good to go because now you have one unknown. You can see at this equation number 3 here, the what? We have only one unknown. We have where we are saying it is only y and 1. Then from there it is for you to be able to solve and you get the value of y. As you can see there on my next slide there. Once you create the 2, the value of the tan 30 is this one. Then from there, the value of that tan 30 is going to be that way. So you can see now here we are trying to make one of the unknown to be the same. So if you multiply 100 times this one and then y plus this one, then you keep them on the same side, you're going to work out wherever you're going to be left with your y being this concept which you're going to see there. So if you solve that case, you're going to remain with your y as what? Your y is going to be equal to 49.99, which is approximately equal to 50. So now you have the value of y here. So your y here is going to be 50. But remember, the question was not asking you to find what? The question was not asking you to find the y. The question was asking you to find the what? The question was asking you to find the height of this triangle. So this side of the triangle, once you get the y, you are not yet through. You have to come up and then you substitute to the equation that is delivering the value of x. So if you go to this equation there from the triangle 2, we say our x, which is the height, is going to be given by y tan what? Y tan 60. So our height, the building, which is going to be equal to x, is going to be given by y, which is 50 tan 60. that and 60 is what you're going to find our x as what? As 86.6 meters. So this one is our x, which is the height. Then you're saying the answer is what? 86.6 meters. That's all the job that you're going to be doing. You can see my working there. You have to substitute what you have agreed. Once you get your y is 49.99, then here you get is 50. And then from there you will substitute, you're going to get your x. So that's the concept which I'm talking about. For you to get that question is very common in section 1, and you should be able to be in a position, first of all, to interpret the way the question is saying. Then there you come up with the sketch of the interpretation of the question. Then from that sketch, you see the two triangles. And after using the two triangles, then use the concept there. Then you substitute. When you get one of the unknown, you have to substitute in order to get the height of it. So the examiner might twist the question in order for you maybe to start with the height, or maybe he asks you the angle. So it is not necessarily always you're going to be asked about the height. So you can also be asked about the angle, like you can see in my example number 2. Look at that example number 2. So in my example number 2, we have a man who is walking from point A toward the foot of a tall building. That one is going to be 240 meters away. So we've been given all the distance. Then after covering a distance of 180, he observes an angle of elevation at the 45 degree. Then you are told to determine the angle of elevation of the top of the building from point A. So this time you can see you're not asked about the height. You are being asked to give the angle of elevation from a point A. So if I may come to my sketch again here, it's going to be the same again, it's only the angle that I'm going to change. So what the question is talking about here is the angles that are going to change there. So we are told a man walks from point A, again this is going to be a point A. Then toward the foot of the tall building, but now you have been given the whole distance here, it's 240. Check on that. This is 240 meters. Then this angle you're not given. This angle is unknown. So this is x. Because you have not been given. Then you're told, after covering a distance of 180. So after covering this distance here, this distance is one which is 180. After covering a distance of 180, let's say there becomes now at point B. What does he do? He observes the angle of elevation to the top of the building is 45. So at point B, we'll be able to find the top of the building. This angle is how many? 45 degrees. Then the question is for you to find this angle from the elevation. So you can see there is something weak. So as you can see our example number 2, what you're talking about there on the board, you have a man walks from a point A toward the foot of the tall building, 240 meters away. So after covering a distance of 180 meters, he observes the angle of the elevation to the top of the building is 45 degrees. Then determine the angle of elevation of the top of the building from A. So to this question again, you can see you are not asked about the height. This time they need the angle. So always it will not be about the height. So the examiner will be trying to mix this thing. Sometimes the height, the other time is an angle. So again, the important thing is the interpretation. And as I am explaining, that you have to sketch that first of all so that you see it. So if you come to my sketching here, it is only the triangle that you're talking about there. So the triangle is just there. Then this man is walking from point A. But now you have been given the whole distance. That from A to the foot of the building is 240 meters. But this man, the angle of the elevation at point A, he never observed the top of the building. So this angle is unknown. Then he covers a distance of 180 and then arrives at point B. At point B is when he checks the top of the building and then he identifies this angle to be 45 degrees. Then the question is, what is the angle at X? So this time you have been given some information there. The first information, you know, this angle, you know, is 45. Then you know from point A to B is 180, and then from point A to the foot of the building is 240. So our importance is for us to take this angle x. So again, like I'm saying, from this triangle, you see two triangles. So the triangle number 1 is here, from point A. This distance we don't know. This angle we don't know is x, but we know this distance is 240. Neither do we know the height. So when you come to the triangle number 2, we have now the information. We have this angle is what? This angle is 45. But if it is 45, we can now be able to calculate this y of ours here. What is the reason? This distance, you can be able to know it because from here to here is 240. Then from here to here is 180. So for us to see this distance, which is y, we can carry out subtraction there. It's going to be 240 minus 180, and therefore this one is going to be 60 meters. Am I communicating there? So this is the concept we are saying. So this distance of ours is 60. Okay. So we don't have the height, on both of them. So that is our x degree, maybe this is our height. We don't know it, and here we don't know it. So we need this angle. So for us to get this angle, where are we going to start? We have first of all to hide the height, so that this height will transfer it here, and then we come and get our what? Our x there. So the first thing is going to be the SOHCAHTOA concept again. Then when you come to the B, it's going to be what? Tan 45. The tan 45 degree is going to be given by our opposite, which is the height of adjacent, which is 60 there. So that we get what is our height. So if you cross multiply here is over 1, we're going to find our height. It's going to be given by what? Tan 45. Multiply by 60. So from my working there, and see, you're talking about have there 45. So once you get that one, you get our height, and then you're going to get our height is what? Our height is going to be 45. So once you get the height is 45, you come back to here. This is 45. Then this one is 45. But remember the question was what? The angle of elevation from point A. So what do you do it again? You go to there to our tan theta, or tan x, which is going to be what? Our opposite is 45, over again 240. This is the meters. So here you work out, you're going to find your tan x. Your tan x is what? Your tan x is going to be 0.01875. So there we don't need the x, so we have to get the x on its own. You find the what? Divide by tan. So our x is going to be the tan inverse from the calc. Place the tan inverse of 0.01875. So this zero is not there. So 0.01875. So that you can be able to get your x, which is the beta. And then it's going to be given by 10.62 degree. That's what you're talking about here in my working there. You find the distance, then you find the height, 45. Then from there you come to the tan theta is going to be opposite, which is 45, over adjacent, which is 240. And then you get your theta here, your tan theta. Then if you get the theta, you find the tan inverse, which is 10.62. So that is our example 2. And then up to there, I'll leave you with another question which I'm going to upload in your notes. So that is the one that you're going to do as an assignment. So make sure that it's there. Make sure you attempt part A and part B. And in case of any question, forward those questions to me in my WhatsApp so that I can be able to assist you where there is a problem. And also we are going to engage in our website. Others see those few remarks. Enjoy the next lesson. Again, don't forget to sanitize. It's very important. Together we shall overcome. So once you sanitize, make sure you wear the mask. After wearing the mask, it's not enough. Keep the social distance. And if there is no need of going out,
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah.